Hey guys, Eddie back, lead voice of the Destiny Championship Alliance. My guest at this time is a man who has followed Oseiko for the pretty much the entirety of his career, and he will be a special guest commentator for the AKIRA Oseiko match coming up at Revelations: The Fifth Element. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the All Percenter, Wayne K. Hayes. Wayne, welcome to the Destiny Championship Alliance.
Welcome indeed. Hey, how you doing?
I am well, sir.
All right.
We're not too far off from Revelations 5. I figure we bring it in because you're more knowledgeable about Oseiko than pretty much most anyone.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll get to all that, I promise. But first, we want to get to know you, Wayne. Uh,
Yes.
you like most people in the industry who does commentary.
From
Uh,
time to time, yes.
yes, from time to time. You started out as a wrestler, right?
Yes, I did. I started out as a wrestler, relatively maybe around the same time Oseiko did. Actually, back then she was simply called Black Widow. But I'm digressing. To me, yeah, I started as a wrestler. I did rather well. Had some pretty good matches, won some championships. Um, just like a few years ago though, that kind of went downhill because
Yeah, I was about to bring that up.
yeah,
Your
yeah,
transition to commentary. Not most make that transition on their own, but of course there are some that are sort of forced to make that transition, and unfortunately you're among the latter.
yeah. A match a few years ago, if you can call it a match, but a big guy power bombed me through a table. I had the concrete below it, and basically broke some of the vertebrae in my back,
Oh my goodness.
unfortunately. Yeah. I dodged being confined to a wheelchair,
Oof.
but uh, but the injury was so bad the doctors won't let me won't clear me basically. So basically, because of that, my career was more or less over.
Oh.
So it happens,
Uh,
unfortunately.
yeah. Both are heartbreaking, and at the same time a small miracle that all things considered, it could have been worse, right?
It could have been worse,
It,
exactly.
well,
I thank my lucky stars. I mean, it's rough to say
yeah.
the least.
Uh, how do you enjoy the commentating life? You miss getting in the ring, right? I'm sure you do.
Oh, definitely. I mean, it's like at least I'm still a part of the wrestling environment. At least I get to still see wrestlers compete. And it's like that's gotta be good enough for me. It's like I would love to compete again, and of course I can't do that anymore. But it's like I gotta take what I can take. That's all there is to it.
Right. Um, luckily for you, you were smart with your money
Oh, definitely, definitely.
during your career.
Um, yes, I'm a millionaire, self-made millionaire. I'm not the type to like hoard my riches like most people would. Some people would. I'm. I try. I donate to charities. I donate to people in need. I have my own non-profit called the Home for the Wayward
Ah,
that helps. That helps people who don't have homes basically find homes they need, find families. I help orphans, that sort of thing. I'm
right.
just right. It's like I'm not like Ted DiBiase, the $1 million man. How he hoarded his riches. Everybody's got a
Right.
price.
Right.
That sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not like him at all. I'm basically more or less I'm a 180. I'm a complete 180 from that person, and yeah, I just basically just try to do the right thing. That's how I was taught. That's how I was raised. That's all there is to it.
I think you and my boss at the CAW Champions League, Meredith Clark, who is
Yes.
a billionaire,
Yeah.
would get along quite well because she's very much cut from the same cloth. She likes to help people. She likes to, give to,
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
right.
That's one of the reasons why they gave me the name of the all percenters, is because it's like it's not the one percenter, obviously. So I'm the all percenter.
Yeah.
That's the name. That's the name that was given to me, and I adopted that name. So it's like, and Meredith. I guess you could be. I guess if she wants to call herself, I mean, if she wants to call herself the second all percenter, I mean, she's more than welcome.
I
I'll allow it.
the next time I see her, I will definitely ask.
Yes.
The real purpose of this interview now.
Yes.
You perhaps more than anyone on the planet, outside of her
Yes.
family,
Yes.
are knowledgeable about the woman known as the Black Widow, more recently as the Forefront, of course, in reference to Oseiko.
Oh yeah. I was there. I was there at the very beginning when she was simply called Black Widow, 1999, her debut. Um, yeah. I mean, there's a lot that I know about the woman named Oseiko Kurotsky. She is. She's very. I mean, she has been through a lot before she entered before the world of wrestling. I don't know much about the details. Only that.
Whatever you could share at your discretion, of course.
Yes.
What was Oseiko's life pre wrestling
It was
life?
it was rough. I know that she was a ninja. She was a part of a clan of ninja mercenaries, from what I understand, and they were rough. They were rough customers, to say the least. And but she wasn't cut from that cloth. Um, Long story short, I mean, she had to get out of that. She lost a lot along the way, and that was one of the reasons why she became a wrestler. Was so that she could basically rebuild her life. And you should look at her now. I mean, she's got a wonderful husband in Michael Connolly, Code Red Michael Connolly. She's got a beautiful daughter in Yuki Marie Connolly, and it's like she succeeded. I mean, she has she has rebuilt. She has made a family that she embraced, cherishes, perhaps definitely more than any title that she has ever won. I mean, she holds her family in such a high regard.
I've seen from like some of the tweets that she's very very much very much into her family,
Oh yes,
very much
yes.
looks out for them. We'll get
She.
go on.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Sorry.
I was saying we're gonna get deeper into that as this interview goes along. How her family life, if you will.
Right.
But I want to talk about her first professional career. Her professional career, which just crossed the 20-year mark, and that's
Yes.
something not a lot of people in this industry get to do.
Yes. Yes. Exactly. I mean, I mean, I can think of one other person that has crossed a 20-year anniversary this year. Actually, that's Hiroshi Tanahashi. Um, she and him, they're definitely they're similar, but not too similar. I think Oseiko has a lot more longevity than Tanahashi, in my opinion.
Compare Oseiko to 2019, the Oseiko of today, then the from the Oseiko that first started in the business. I'm sure she's grown by leaps and bounds, and I'm sure you've seen
Oh
that.
yeah,
What's like the big change professionally from
she
1999 to now?
she has evolved. She's When I first saw her, she was very green. She was still very much of a skilled martial artist. I mean, she was a genin konichi. And now, I mean, she's definitely jonin. She's definitely a jonin konichi, but she has embraced more of a samurai outlook rather than a ninja outlook. I mean, I mean, if you notice, she recently updated the tattoo on her back. She has the Bushido code tattooed on her back now, and that's very telling. That is very telling about the kind of life that she's living now. She is very much. She definitely wants to embrace a lot of the ideologies of Bushido. Uh, Definitely, she's more of a samurai than a ninja nowadays, I think.
As in, she would. She's not necessarily about herself anymore.
Yes.
She's not like a lone wolf.
No, definitely not. Definitely not. She is. I mean, you can see. I mean, she's like about three things: loyal, the legacy of the shared legacy between her daughter and herself, loyalty to her fans and her friends, and the memory of those that she lost along the way. So that's her in a nutshell, basically. And you can see that in her opening, in that opening video that shows up every time she appears. You know,
Right, the tombstone and the
the
picture of her
tombstone.
and the picture of her
That's
and the picture of her daughter. It's like the legacy. Like she's second generation,
yes,
and you
yeah.
can re
Yuki Marie is definitely second generation.
right.
Herself. She's. I mean, wow. Oseiko and her father, Michael Connolly, also a great wrestler in his own right. I mean, the two of them training her. I see nothing but great things in the future Red Widow's endeavors. I think
Ah,
she's gonna. I think she's going to have a great. I think she's gonna have a great career.
for those not familiar with Oseiko, for those that only know her from her time in
Yes,
DCA, and that's quite a lot of people, myself included. Um,
right.
some of Oseiko's biggest accomplishments prior to coming to DCA.
Oh wow. Well, I mean, of course, before DCA, she's part of Armbar Air Society. Always is. She won. The first title that she won was wow. It was the Love Senpai no Championship. Funny name, I know.
Some name.
Um, well, yeah, the yeah, it's she won that championship rather decisively. That was like the first championship she won. Of course, before. Oh wow, I mean, I could think of before Armbar Air Society. She was a part of. She was a part of. This was. I was a part of this group too. This organization too. Extreme Attitude Wrestling (EAW). Sadly, that company went bankrupt a long time ago. But I can remember a match between herself and her husband for the EAW World Title. Oseiko was the champion at the time, and that was a great match. That was a wonderful match. Um, Michael got the better of her in that match, but the thing is, this is very telling about Oseiko and her husband. That match, by all rights, could have put a wedge between them, but it actually made their relationship even stronger.
Hmm.
That that is that is basically the fundamentals of what who Oseko is as a person. She is nothing but she is not cut from the same cloth as any other wrestler. And you can see that in her tweets. I mean, she never burns. She doesn't want to burn bridges.
She
She
does.
does.
I've seen this. She
Yes,
never. I've never seen her one time go out of her way to like badmouth anybody. In fact, it's like you almost never hear like a negative word come out of her,
exactly.
which is a rare
Um,
unicorn in this business.
exactly. She has seen. I mean, she's been here for 20 years. She has seen people be changed by this business. She has seen people turn from good to bad to good again, but Oseko has remained constant. She has been a part. The life that she has lived before wrestling pretty much shaped her to who she is now. She will not burn bridges. Life for her, life is too short to burn bridges, and she will never betray anyone's trust. She is the most trustworthy, loyal human being that I have ever known. Basically,
If only the world had more Oseikos.
oh
I'm just
yeah,
saying.
definitely,
I, I, I mean, I've known people that have that have changed over the years. They get corrupted, or
yes. This business will do that.
or they get hardened, which I've noticed that's sort of been happening to me this
Yeah.
year. Dying will do that. It's a long story. I don't expect you to understand it.
I'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
To keep it brief, I got snapped out of existence by Thanos. For about 3 months during the spring and early summer, and I
Wow.
came. Yeah, I was fortunate enough to come back, and I've seen, of course I had no idea what went on during those 3 months I was gone. I had to catch up and all that, and
Right.
and I was happy to be back, of course, but like, you know, you expect things to be different when you come back, and you find out, the more you look, it's like I did not die for this. I did not die for it to like get worse.
Yeah. Yeah. I hear
And
you.
that's I mean, yes, it's better in some parts, but it's worse in others. But yeah, and I'm amazed that someone like Oseiko, over 20 years, that she's seen the gamut of this business. It's
Yeah.
absolute highs and it's absolute lows, and she's managed to stay the pretty much the same the entire time.
Yeah.
Which
She's a rare breed. No doubt about that.
she's a unicorn. Which is a testament to her, not only on a professional level but on a personal level.
Yeah. Definitely. Definitely. I agree. I agree 100%.
We talked about the legacy. We talked about it in brief.
Yes.
She wants to, I guess, pass on those ideals, that mindset to her daughter Yuki.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. I've met Yuki Marie. She's very intelligent. She is wise for her age. She's still very much a kid though. I mean, she plays. I play video games with her, and she beats me. She beats my ass. She is better at video games than I am, and
that's what
I've
that's what kids will
I've
do to
played
you.
yeah I've played video games since the old NES days. I'm old, so I'm an old fart. I admit it. I'm almost 45 years old. And it's like, but yeah, Yuki Marie. I'm telling you, she is, and she is definitely cut from her parents' cloth. I'll tell you. I mean, she's got the kindness of Oseiko. She's got the strength and fortitude of her dad. Um, and I've said it before. I'll say it again. She's destined for greatness. Once she grows up, once she reaches that age where she is able to step into the ring and hold her own. I mean, I expect nothing but great things from her. I really do.
Would you be surprised if Yuki ultimately decided not to follow her footsteps in the ring, and she decides to like go on a different career path altogether?
That's a good question. From what I've seen, I mean, Yuki Marie, she loves her she loves her mom, she loves her dad, and she's expressed many times that she does want to follow in their footsteps. But I'm pretty sure that she decided to go another path. whatever path that might be. Oseiko, I mean, Oseiko's there to support her. I mean, and her dad too. I mean, they both want to support Yuki Marie with whatever she wants to do. I mean, that's the whole thing about. Again, I'm going back to Oseiko's past with their own parents. Her parents, her I'll pardon my French, but
Yeah, it's fine.
her parents treated her like shit. That's all there is to it. And Oseiko doesn't want to do that with her daughter at all.
Yeah, she want.
You
Yeah,
know
yeah, she wants to end. She wants to stop that cycle. We
exactly,
see it
exactly,
far too many times in life. The parents will treat the children a certain way, and then they pick that up. They become parents, and then they'll treat the next generation the same way. They pick that up. They pick that up from the generation before them, and they'll treat the next generation that way because that's what they know. That's what they learn.
exactly, exactly. I mean, it's like, wow. It's like I mean, my own parents, they treated me fine, and it's like that's good and all. Um, and it's like, and I've known people who've had rough parentage, and they sometimes they turn out okay, sometimes they don't.
Right.
Yeah. Uh, but yeah, it's like for for Yuki Marie. I mean, it's like she is very well behaved. She doesn't get any trouble. She goes out of her way to make sure that her mom is proud of her. And I mean, Seiko is very proud of her daughter. I mean, there's no doubt. You know,
Right.
yeah, and I would say that unless Yuki Marie does change her mind, I think she's going to do rather well as a wrestler. I mean, Oseiko mentioned it in her recent promo. I mean, um, her first Yuki Marie's first match is going to be Oseiko's last. That's the plan, and it's going to be sad to see Oseiko retire like that. But at the same time, it's also going to be beautiful because, I mean, it's basically passing the torch.
Right.
Yeah.
Which brings me. I thank you for bringing this up.
Yes.
Oseiko's retirement. We thought
Oseiko's yes,
we thought she was going to walk away.
from DCA. That's right.
We thought she was going to walk away earlier this year.
Right.
Um,
And
right before the 20th anniversary mark, and bang,
that's
AKIRA
when
pops
AKIRA
up.
showed up. Yeah. And Oseiko being Oseiko, I mean, she accepted. Akira didn't need to say anything, and Oseiko accepted Akira's challenge because that's the type of person Oseiko is. She doesn't feel fear like we do. That's this is another aspect of Oseiko. She will see someone. She doesn't matter who, doesn't matter how big or how strong. She will look at a person, her opponent, and think, "I want to challenge that person." That's her in a nutshell. She doesn't. She. I don't think she does not. I'm saying it. She does not feel fear like we do. She is. She wants competition. That's all there is to it. She sees someone. She says, "I want to fight that person," and bam, she fights them. That that's who she is
That, that, that,
basically.
there's a certain respect there, I guess, for Akira that Oseko has. I'm assuming. I don't want to
Oh,
put words in her
definitely,
mouth,
no
but
doubt. Oseiko respects the hell out of Kira. Her skill, her tenacity. She might not respect her as a person, consider all things considered, but
we'll get to that.
as a wrestler, as a competitor, as an athlete, oh, there's no doubt. There is a lot of respect right there.
Again, this goes to the fact that she's a rare unicorn.
Yes.
The first confrontation they had after the challenge was made was Akira attacking Oseiko, and this felt like this wasn't this wasn't normal for
It
Akira.
wasn't. Yeah. Yeah, I'll say Akira definitely wants to challenge Oseiko. I mean, it's like it makes sense to be perfectly honest. I mean, Oseiko's been in this business for a long time, you know,
Right.
and she's like, and Akira would. I mean, I've heard Akira's promos. You know, it's like she doesn't think of Oseiko as a stepping stone, but when you think about it, that's exactly what Akira thinks Oseiko is. She wants to use Oseiko as a stepping stone to reach a greater plateau. That's exactly it. I mean, that's my opinion anyway. You know.
Right. Like I've heard Akira say that she wants to claim Oseiko's legacy, or she wants,
Right.
or something to that effect.
That would be a very difficult thing to do. I mean, Oseiko. I mean, the thing is, it's not just Oseiko's legacy; it's also her daughter's legacy. That's the shared legacy, and it's like Oseiko will fight tooth and nail to not only preserve that legacy but build upon it. You know,
Right.
right?
Which brings me to Gateway to Heaven.
Ah, yes, I saw that. I watched that match myself. I was actually in the crowd watching this. In the skybox, I
Uh,
was watching that match, and I watched it, and it's like I
you know,
loved it.
Carmen
I
and
loved it.
Oseiko, they're having this kick-ass match. I'll be honest with you,
Yes.
I'll be honest with you, I was rooting for Carmen.
Yeah.
She's my other boss in the CAW Champions League, so
Understandable.
rooting
Understandable.
interest, I guess. But you know, they're having this amazing match. Suddenly, Akira,
Yep. Just bam. Yep. That spooky teleport. Yep.
and then you know they have a little battle.
Yeah.
Oseko hits the KNS,
The KNS.
and
Yep. Kumanakatsu.
or the Spider Sting. I
Or the
believe that's
spider sting.
yeah, that's the Japanese translation,
She
roughly.
calls it she calls it the KNS nowadays. But yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
And then she steals Akira's bat.
Ah, yes, I get it's bad, and she tweeted about it. You can see the photo of the photo of Oseiko with the bat, and it's like no
Ooh,
words, just like it was like,
hey,
oh man,
look at
I loved
this!
it.
I got your bat.
Ah, no words, just a photo. I loved it. It was
As
it was vintage Oseiko. That was like mind game. It was like it was a mind game. It was definitely a mind game. Definitely strong mind games from Oseiko right there.
indeed, has she ever has she opened up about why she took the bat? Or
I talked to her about it, and she's basically she told me that she took the bat simply to send a message to us to Akira. Basically, it's like I mean she did not approve, of course, of Akira mentioning her daughter. She's very much a
yeah,
mama bear when it comes to her daughter,
yeah.
and when with Oseko take that was basically the message sent. You know, don't speak of my daughter again, or I am going to make you pay. And that's the long and short of it, right there.
Which brings us to Revelations, the big dream
Revelation,
match.
the big yes, indeed. Akira versus Osaka, and I'm looking forward to it.
As am
Uh,
I.
I'm
Uh,
looking forward to commentating with you guys. Give my insight as best I can.
you'll be. I'm sure you'll be amazing.
I certainly hope so.
What can what can we expect from Oseko?
Oh well, Oseiko. I mean, she's going to she's one of the best strikers I've ever seen. She's uh she's a high flyer, no doubt about that. Um, she also has her fair share of submissions. We haven't seen much of her submission skills yet in DCA,
Right.
but I think we're going. I hope actually we get to see some of what she can do, and I wouldn't be surprised. I won't be surprised if she manages to tap Akira out. It should be that should be quite something.
Only one person has been able to tap out Akira Yukamura in their career, and that is Amber Stevens, who
Amber Stevens, yes.
who beat her, I believe, for the Queens of Wrestling title at Revelations
Ah,
4 last year.
yes, yes, yes.
That loss has been, I'm sure that loss has been eaten at Akira ever since.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure. Yeah, I mean, and Oseiko most likely knows this. So to be able to, so if she manages to lock in her submission, the Mahisha. Oh, wait, hold on. I'm sorry. it's been, it has been a while uh, since I've seen Oseiko wrestle. To be honest,
Right.
um, my no,
At least not from a skybox
yeah, at least not from the
or from a
skybox.
screen.
Yeah, I was right. I was at the Mahisha, the paralyzer. That's the her label lock. If she manages to lock that move in on Akira, I will not be surprised if Akira taps out. And if she does that, that will be even more mind game played by Oseiko. It's like to say, Amber Stevens made you tap out the first time. I just became the second one to tap you out. That's I could see Oseko do that.
Are you making a call right now? Oseko taps out Akira at Revelations 5.
Yes,
Wow.
that's my prediction right
Wow.
now. I've known the woman for a long time, and I would not put it past Oseko to go ahead and humiliate Akira for the sake of basically for her daughter's sake,
Right.
basically.
And I know this next question is going to be tough.
Yes.
We saw her nearly walk away after Sakura Hagiwara defeated her for the DCA Guys title at Redemption back in August.
Wonderful.
Yeah,
Great match.
hell of a
Great
match.
match.
We saw Oseko nearly walk away.
Yes.
If Akira defeats Oseko, do you see Oseko walking away from the business, or is
Oseko
she,
will not
or is
go
she
on.
dead set on making sure that she sticks around long enough to make sure she gets wrestles her daughter once?
Oseko never Oseko never wants to give up on anything. Um, she would have left DCA, but she would still be wrestling. I mean that's her. I mean she would never. She had made a promise to her daughter that Yuki Mari's first match would be Oseko's last, and I know for a fact that Oseko is a woman of her word. Whether she wrestles in DCA, whether she wrestles in AES, if AEW ever made a comeback, she'd wrestle there. Wherever Oseko would go, um, it, she would
I
keep going
I
without a shadow of a doubt.
I guess I should follow up with this then.
Yes.
Akira beats Oseko at Revelations. Is this the last we see of her in DCA?
To be honest, I'm not sure. I mean, that's a question that only Oseko could answer. To be painfully honest, and as knowledgeable I am about the Black Widow Oseko Korotsuki, um, that's an answer that only she can answer. That's a question that only Oseko can answer. If I can actually speak.
That's
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Basically, it's only a question that Oseko can answer. So that's your guess is as good as mine.
All right, I'll get you out of here on this.
All right.
What do you expect
I'm
from
sorry. What?
AKIRA? I'll start that again. What do you expect from AKIRA versus Oseiko at Revelations?
Long story short, I think it's going to be controlled chaos. It's going to be a great match. It's going to be a hellacious match. And no matter who comes out on top, whether it's going to be AKIRA or Oseiko, long story short, I think the real winners are going to be us and the fans. That's all there is to it.
Wayne K. Hayes, I cannot wait to call it.
No, neither can I.
I think we're in for something special, and I sincerely hope you can all be there for it. AKIRA versus Oseiko will main event night 1 of DCA Revelations. That is coming up on Friday, December 20th.
Can't wait.